everyone, it's me again, Hussein Asiri from Hawiyati's Instagram page. And today my special guest is Afnan Janahi, the founder of Pause Designs. Hello Afnan Janahi, thank you for being my guest today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, so Afnan, before I talk about your experience in Pause Designs, may you please give me a brief explanation about your journey and what inspired you to dive into the world of branding?
Well, that's a nice question. I started with my designing journey from university since I studied visual design, just like you. And I started freelancing from the second year. And while I was studying, I was also doing freelance at the same time. So I got the chance to get a little bit of experience. Well, obviously, designing in university is totally different than designing in agencies. So once I graduated, I immediately got a job in Gulf Marca. And that's where it hit me that it's not the same. But it was really cool. I learned new things, knew how to work with clients, knew the capabilities of design, the opportunities that are out there. And after a while, I think I stayed there for maybe 8 months or 9 months. I went to another opportunity, which was working abroad, which was in Turkey.
Interesting.
And yeah, it was a cool shift. Main reason I wanted to do it was to get a chance to experience design from another country, and at the same time have fun while getting to explore the other country. And yeah, once I came back here, I got the opportunity to work in an agency again. And sorry, I said an agency. It's actually a company. It was for investments, and I had to do.
So it's a different perspective than the design studios.
Definitely, totally different. It was InvestCorp, the company I worked at. It was just a contract for 2 months, and all I had to do was to work on infographics, briefs, and a little bit of collateral. So it wasn't design at all. But I think, main thing I benefit from this chance to work there was for the infographics, because I had to do a lot of infographics, so I started to understand how to work with it. And once I finished from that, I was like, I don't want to work in an agency. I tried freelancing, I tried working in an agency, something else than design, and not a design agency. And I was like, it's time to do my own thing. I just focus on freelancing and aim to become bigger. After a while, I started to get a lot of projects. I felt like there's a lot of load. It's hard to do everything by yourself. You're a total company when you're freelancing. You're doing everything.
From A to Z, exactly.
Yes, promoting, accounting, managing the tasks, time managing everything, contacting clients. So many things that just thinking of it now, it makes me feel a little bit like, you know what I mean?
Overwhelmed.
Exactly. And then after that, I started to save money and decided to open my agency, which is
Pause Designs,
yes.
The place you are here now.
Exactly. And started to hire people. So that's what it got me in design.
So interesting background for Afnan Janahi, how she was working as a freelancer as well as exploring different companies, working in infographics, Turkey, being in Turkey. What I recall from my past interview with Afnan Janahi was it was an Isaac program, an internship, Global Talent.
It was an internship supported by Temkin, by Isaac. They give you a chance to work in a design agency or anything within your field. So if you're not a designer, you can still apply. And obviously I applied for my field. And you work for like a Turkish company, pure Turkish company. And you learn basically learn their own experience, their own, for example, and there they had lots of concerts, a lot of things we had to study with. Yeah. And the language was a little bit of a barrier, but we overcome it eventually. And you get to know the country at the same time, work for them. And to be honest, they also would be benefiting from your experience from your own country.
True, and at least we represent Bahrain outside culture. Especially that there are lots of designers here, whether freelancers, they're very talented. And I recall also from Afnan's CV that she aimed to work not just locally but globally. And she did for the internship in Turkey.
Yes.
And I'm sure that she also had clients abroad.
Yeah.
Did you have any clients abroad where you worked for?
Interestingly, I do actually. We have from the GCC, we have from Kuwait, Saudi, even UAE. But one outstanding client is from US, and I actually got that from a platform called Behance. She saw the work, she liked it, she contacted me, and we started from there. And now we're doing for her maybe 3, or we're entering the 4th brand.
Interesting. So the power of Behance and hashtags, and as well as, let's not forget, Instagram.
Yes,
there's Dribble now, there's many important.
Yes.
And it's important for designers to showcase their work in social media, online platforms too.
I totally agree.
Yes. So Afnan, now since we have talked about the different clients and your experience abroad, let's talk about Pause Designs. How did it all start and the story behind it?
Well, I actually talked about a little bit of the story in the beginning. While freelancing, I started to save for this thing, and at the same time, the amount of work, the amount of load, the exposure I got with time led me to this place that we're at. At the beginning, I had to hire people, and obviously we're all Bahrainis, and it was a struggle to pick someone, because when you're a business owner, and especially if you're a business owner in your field, like I'm a designer and I'm a business now owner.
Entrepreneur and designer at the same time.
And I expect a lot from my employees, because I own the business, it's my baby, so I want people to give it
high expectations.
Exactly. And with time house, I started to understand not everyone has to give you 1,000%. They need to give you a good percent, 100 or whatever number. As long as they are happy while doing it, I'm happy with their work, we're both learning. I still consider myself as a person who's learning, because I might be managing everything, but at the same time I'm also designing with the team. And that's basically a Pause team. We have right now 2 employees, Mariam and Betul, and we have 2 interns. We've got Fatma Hassa, and we had also multiple interns. Inshallah, now when Fatma and Hassa they finish, they apply to Pause.
There's new interns.
Yes, we keep on getting interns, and the main reason is for me, I'd like to invest in people who are like interns, because they're willing to learn. At the same time, for them to get a chance to experience the vibe.
True.
Once they're done with uni, they can apply here, and for sure, the priority is for the people who know the.
Interned here, I know the studio.
And we're like a family. We do everything together. We're working together. Once, for example, everyone specializes in something. Batul is in animation and branding. Mariam is in illustrating and social media management. Now, Hassa and Fatma, they're in. Also animation, because they're web media students, actually not
visual design.
Yes. So everyone has a different background. So what happens is work at Pause is usually a teamwork. From the concept, for example, someone gets a task, we brainstorm it together. While working, for example, I'm working on something, I'm stuck in a technical thing, I don't know how to do it, I give it to someone else, or they help us. So everything is like, when something comes out of Pause, it's not a work of one person, it's the whole group. And that's why I don't like to take the full-on credit, because Pause has a team and they're what's making it happen. Even in terms of concept, it's just like one concept, and it develops based on everyone's different perspective.
Interesting. And I have looked at Pause Design's Instagram page, and I'm fascinated by the clients that you have, which are one of my favorite brands. Milk, for example. The cow that is so famous now. And so Afnan, tell me please more about the client that you have designed for, and also that you are currently designing for in Pause.
Let's talk about existing clients. That's better.
Yes.
We currently have a good number of clients. I'm pretty sure it's more than 50. And we are, I like all the clients obviously, but it depends. Some clients are full-on branding, some clients they come for us just for packaging, some clients are for rebrand. So when I talk about clients, I choose obviously the full branding, the people we worked from scratch with.
Yeah, from A to Z.
Exactly. So my obviously most favorite is Milk, because we can play around a lot with the brand, and the client is very he accepts ideas, he accepts new things that we come up with, and he also plays a part with the team when we sit and brainstorm and things like that. And he's willing to basically invest in printing, creating collaterals, and that's what I believe that makes their brand stand out.
Yeah, they dare to take risks from what I noticed. They think outside the box, which is unique.
Exactly. It's from the brand identity to the
final solution that we see.
Yes, exactly. Collaterals and all. Yes.
which is interesting. I also was fascinated by seriality.
Yes.
How the concept of having a cereal, ice
Yes.
cream cup, and everything.
Yes.
And this is new in Bahrain too.
Seriality is a cool concept. It's basically a cereal bar in District 1. And they're specialized in cereal. So you can go and order your own cereal bar. You can mix and choose whatever you want. And now they have an ice cream line. They'll be having more product lines. The concept itself is fun. It has a childhood flavor. And at the end of the day, it's colorful.
Yeah.
Even our brand is like just 2 colors, but everything else around it is
It's cheerful, vibrant,
Yeah.
and seriality is very nostalgic.
Yes, exactly. And we're also using
Just like
cereals.
Milk.
Yeah,
Yes.
both of them. Yeah, Milk, they have their own.
The KDD or
Yes,
ice cream and
childhood
etc.
memories.
Yes.
They call it the Krayat al-Tafula. It's a phenomenon that just like bring you back to the old times. In terms of seriality, we focus more on surrealism. You might notice that in social media. Like, for example, we're creating a pool out of cereal. There are a few different things that are unpredictable.
They're odd, yes.
Yes. So yeah, surrealism, seriality clicks with the name.
True, I noticed that point too. So Afnan, now since we've talked about the big businesses and the clients, Hawiyati specifically aims to inspire the youth to start up their own businesses and the small businesses exactly. So Afnan, since you have designed for big brands, will you please talk about your experience and if you have ever designed for a small business before? Yes.
To be honest, one of our goals at PAUSE is to work with startups.
Okay.
It's the main goal of when I started this, because when I was freelancing for startups. And it's known, startups, they have a limited budget, they cannot go extreme as big companies who are aiming to franchise, for example. So that's basically our goal here. We want clients that care about their brands, we want clients that work hard to make it happen, that are willing to be a full-on Bahraini brand that starts and grows, inshallah. For those brands, we do in terms of pricing, in terms of our process, we actually built it to fit any startup. So for example, we start getting all the details from the clients, sit with them, understand their brand, understand their story, see what they actually need. So now what happens is most of design agencies, they would sit with the clients, they would tell them, well, we have this package, this package, this package. And all of those package, for example, doesn't suit
the requirements, the needs, the style sometimes.
Exactly, and they over-deliver. And for example, you're a startup and you'll be dealing with a delivering company. I add in the code that you must get a delivering truck design or something like that, or a shop design. Maybe it's just at home. So our packages are very flexible with our clients. We usually create every code customized for the clients. So for example, you need specific things. You have an ice cream shop, chocolate shop, pizza place, whatever it is. Our code only mentions the things you need, and it cuts down the price. It is for us, most importantly, for you to start with your budget. At the same time, you have a chance then later on, when you grow, come back to us. Yes, and add more products. And that's what happened with us. Even with Milk, even with all of our clients, we start with few things. Let's say the brand identity, that's the basic. Then we add few things like can be packaging, can be cards, can be interactive stuff.
Social media posts, animations.
Yes. They can just add on based on their needs.
Yes. Since I mentioned about social media, and now social media is the trend. Instagram, TikTok, and let's not forget TikTok, it's even more viral with the sounds and effects. So, Afnan, for a small business, is there any value for a small business to use the Instagram tools such as boosting ads, promotions, or do you think that they should invest more in their content instead of just promoting their posts?
To be honest, I think it should be balanced. They have to focus on the posts. Obviously, the content is what will grab attention. And then later on, there should be a budget for boosting promotions, Instagram promotions, and even getting someone to do your TikToks, or even get someone who you know to just do your TikToks. Some people just use a family member, their small sister.
Exactly.
They can do it for them.
Everyone uses TikTok now.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, I didn't use that. And right now, I'm just I know the platform, I use it, but I never created content. But the team, mashallah, they have experience in it, and they know it, and they know when things are gonna be viral. So right now we're introducing TikTok to PAUSE, and we actually did for a few clients and it's working very well. Like we did it for Branch, and we did it for Seriality, and now we're doing it for The Dawn. It's really challenging because you choose, for example, you have to choose few things like the viral song, create content that attracts, and something that will let people interact.
Exactly, as shown on their For You page.
Exactly, yeah. So it's challenging, but it's cool. And it's the trend. You should always cope with the trends. I know when TikTok came out, people might have been a little bit of touches. It's working and it's benefiting so many clients.
And it's very addicting.
Yes. You just scroll and scroll. Just
for
like
hours now, it's true. And for a business, like what can they do to improve their online presence? What do you think can do?
Hire design agency.
What if they don't want to hire a design agency? Since now there are many entrepreneurs, but they don't have a background in design or business. But they started using, from what I noticed, Canva posts, which are already made. But so they do also do their own logos from automated internet, but it doesn't have the human touch factor in it.
To be honest, I think anyone who has a company should think of starting proper. If you don't have the budget, you can start by using those few things, as you said, Canva, online.
Tailor brands, this logo made.
Yes, exactly. You can just start with it and develop. That's me basically caring about your budget if you have a limited budget. But if you have an amount and you're investing, there are so many designers, whether it's an agency, whether it's a freelancer, or even talking to someone who's studying this field. If you know a relative that's studying design, you can just talk to them. This happened to me, and I'm sure it happened to you, and it's happened to our team. Everyone designed for someone in the family, and they have a story.
True. Have an invitation, but this, etc.
Even they can just talk to someone, for example, a freelancer or an agency, and they be like, okay, see, my budget is this. Please, I need those things. If you can do me, or let's say play around with it. I do this with some of our clients. For example, you have a product. We provide you a design. You provide us, for example, the product itself.
Something as long else as it's in return.
And trading.
Trading.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, since we were talking about the power of social media, and now the power of advertising too, because I believe that branding and advertising are related. If there is not a strong brand and strong advertising, the product itself could not reach out to many people.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of businesses since the pandemic started, kids, adults, everyone started opening an online business, and now Instagram is supporting the businesses through the features that they provide for them. But they don't reach for a certain period. For example, maybe 2 to 3 months. Okay, family, friends with support from the beginning.
Yes.
But after a while, if their brand is not successful with the packaging, then there's a problem.
To be honest, this point is really important. For any startups, if you're starting, don't just care about one thing. For example, some people focus just on the product. Some people focus just on the design. Some people focus on bringing influencers to promote it.
True.
But then reality is, it's like a full-on plate that has all of those things, and you need to put effort in each part. So for example, usually brands should start with branding, that's what I believe, and also the product. So if your product has a branding process, it should be related. And you need to believe in the product, it has to be strong, you need to get real reviews from people, whether it's food or not. Make sure that those people are giving you honest feedback, because when you go to business, those people would buy, but if they were nice to you and they told you it was nice, they're not just going to always buy from you,
Yeah, maybe only once or twice, but not for a long period of time.
Exactly. So this, let's say, is the start. Your product is perfect, you're happy with it, you start with the brand. As I said, you can work with the cut cost option. There are also online platforms, Fiverr, that can support you to get...
Yes, to get freelancers to do you for your...
and they're very practical. The price is really good.
Reasonable.
Yes, exactly, reasonable. And it's easy to get. Some of them are really fast, but you're not 100% sure about how original it is. Because I had one client who got a logo from Fiverr, and he was telling me, I got this for just that amount. I was like, oh, it looks cool, that's cool. And I liked the logo. But one day I was working on Freepack, and I was just looking for content, because we do get some items and stuff.
Icons,
obviously to enhance and change. But I saw the exact mascot of his logo in it. And I'm like, is this real or am I seeing the same thing? I just captured and sent her. He's like, oh, I can't believe it.
Tough luck.
Yes, and then they have to spend again to rebrand. So I need to be sure it's someone who's original. You can just leave reviews or whatever. And other than that, as what did I mention? I mentioned the product, the branding,
identity,
packaging, and obviously customer service. I think that's also important.
This is the more important, I think, from the brand, the reputation of it afterwards.
Exactly.
Yes.
The voice of the brand, how it talks to people, how it makes people feel. Because many times people will come by for you. And let's be honest, there is nothing that is extraordinary that will be created these days. Everything is available. Everything is like.
They're repetitive.
Yes. You need to do some changes. But one thing that keeps the client loyal is how you talk to them, how you make them feel, how they interact with your product. So is it worth taking a picture of? Is it worth talking about with your friends? And it's just like, it's something that you would go back to.
Exactly. And there's this famous quote I love, like, your brand is not what you say what it is about. It's what people say about your brand when you are not in the room.
Exactly. I love this quote. It's basically, it even works for us. Like I tell the girls, when it comes to pause, it doesn't matter what we're going to tell people. We don't have to talk about our brand. Let the brand speak about itself. And that's what's happening. Like we're in social media, we're getting clients, and it's still funny because many of them come and tell us, oh, well, someone recommended you to us. We saw the work. It's that's what we like. We want something similar or it has the same vibe and quality. Yes.
And the slogan is designs that make you pause.
Yes.
Yes. This is the idea of pause designs.
Yes.
They grab your attention. So, Afnan, since you're talking about small businesses, like I'm sure now with the power of the artificial intelligence just taking over these days, animation, 3D designers as well, there's lots of installations.
Yes.
For pause designs, what is your vision for 3 to 5 years? Like what are you thinking to do to expand?
Tough question, because we're just a startup. It's been how long?
It's been almost 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year and a bit. To be honest, I would like all of that to be included. I would like to have 3D. I would like to have virtual reality, and like you said, artificial intelligence. I would like to have even interior design, product designers, and the main goal of POS is to grow and reinvest what we have. So, for example, right now we have animation specialists and social media specialists. So now whoever's gonna come into this POS, they should have skills that complement our skills or adds to POS. So we want to get all of those things. But to be honest, I always try to take things step by step, see the need, and
understand the market.
Exactly. As I mentioned, we're working with startups, and usually those things are required for big companies. And I'm not saying that pause will forever be for startups. We'll have startups
and big businesses.
And it's close, yes. Right now we're just having fun, enjoying the process. It's cool, and and everything is like going the way we want it to go. And then we can just grow and get all those things involved. Yeah.
So, what do you see for the future of branding, especially now in Bahrain, since there's many entrepreneurs, small businesses, I'm sure it's going to expand, of course, and people will understand branding more, because you don't have to be a designer to understand what branding is. Branding is for everyone, salesperson, influencer, artist, celebrity, to build up, all of us. It's our identity.
So, basically, what do I see branding in the future? To be honest, I don't know how will branding become in the future, but I'm pretty sure it will involve a lot of little details that include the brand, about the brand, whether it's the tone of voice, we know the branding basics, the kind
emotional
of
connections, the other elements of
exactly.
course.
So I think branding would be more focused on things that grab attention, just like pause.
Yes, make you stop and think.
Yes, and things that promote themselves. Brands should now start to be something that people look at and they think, oh, this stands out, I remember it, I'm going to share it. And right now, let's be realistic. In these days, many of us go to places because we saw it our friends.
Exactly,
social media.
Snapchat, Instagram,
Exactly.
or a celebrity who advertised it.
Exactly, yeah. So it's gonna be people would like focus more about being original, being different, and creating things that we're taking a picture of, things that has a connection of emotions with the clients, whether it's senses, visual. So it's gonna be like a full-on experience,
A
not just
user experience that deals with the
exactly,
brand. So.
exactly.
Yes, because I believe branding is the way of life. It can be a lifestyle.
Because we're designers. Yeah.
So Afnan, I know it's been a nice experience talking to you, and I learned a lot from you, not just as a design student, but as a person who has a business. And people will also benefit because they want to open a business, but some of them are hesitant.
Yeah.
Like, what is your piece of advice for them who they might have a concept, but they're scared that won't succeed, or I'm too late to do that?
Yes. To be honest, I just recommend people to just do the thing that they want to do. Go for it. Start the business. Don't hesitate. So many businesses that had a bad design.
There's always a chance to
exactly.
change and
So you should not have barriers for doing what you want. Just the thing is, your main goal of creating a business should not be making money. Because once you think of the money, it's gonna be the main issue for you to not continue on doing it. Even in a design agency, like if my goal was just to make money,
profit out of
I'd be just taking lots of projects, throwing it on the
team, and then you're gonna be struggling.
Exactly. It should not be that. It should be out of passion. It should be something you love and you believe in. So you can't promote it to people. You cannot sell something you're not convinced with. You might lie about it, but it won't last in the selling
for a long period of time.
So they should go for. They should also consider using the social media that
platforms,
you have.
tools.
Yes. Getting honest feedbacks from the families, as I mentioned before. Working on the brand, even as we said, it can be not like perfectly branded, but it's just a starting point. At the end of the time, you will get money. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. So the power of advertising and branding can reach so many people.
Yes, the more you're consistent, the more you believe in it, and you put efforts in it, it's gonna work. I believe that because whenever you put efforts in something, you would either success immediately or have a little bit of bumps. But all you have to do is just not let go of what you're working on.
Never give up, even if you face obstacles.
Yes.
That's the way of life. So, thank you all for listening to this beautiful interview and inspirational interview. I would like to thank you, Afnan, again for this time and opportunity to interview you. Thank you so much, and have a good day, everyone.